Welcome again to the Old Principle. I am the Old Principle, and this is a story that we will tell, and we will also give a little help in your English. Maybe a little bit of Chinese and a lot of English. How's that? This will be lesson number 116. Lillian Alling's Long Journey. And this is a picture I found on the internet and of Lillian Alling. So, I wonder if she looked like that. I don't know. But we're talking about something from 1927. So we're talking about something more than 80 years ago. Okay. With that, we need a storyteller. Where can I find a storyteller? Well, here's right here. Okay, why don't you back up just a little bit? Okay, there we go. Number 116, Lillian Alling's Long Journey.
In the spring of 1927, Lillian Alling, 25, an immigrant living in New York City, became homesick. After 2 unhappy years, the peasant girl decided to return to her family in Russia. But Lillian could not afford a boat ticket across the Atlantic Ocean, so she chose to walk west to Russia. She would need to tread 12,000 miles to reach home. Lillian refused rides from strangers. She took maps that she had drawn from library books, an iron rod for protection, and a few dollars. She traveled on foot, averaging more than 30 miles a day. She walked through Chicago and on into Canada. In the Northwest in those times, there were no good roads, and she faced some of the world's toughest terrain. Still, she bravely continued across Canada. When she came to a river, she floated across, clinging to a log. She slept in the open, endured untold hardships, and survived on a diet of bread and wild berries. But she finally arrived on the Pacific coast. Local people on the west coast of Canada, concerned by her ragged condition and lack of provisions, arrested her for vagrancy and put her in jail. Her 3-month sentence helped her regain strength, and when spring arrived, Lillian resumed her journey. As she crossed Alaska, telegraph station operators kept track of her progress. They gave her a few clothes and even a dog. She arrived in Nome, Alaska in July 1929. But this was only the halfway mark for her journey. Lillian rowed a boat across the 36 miles of the Bering Strait to Siberia. In the fall of 1930, she was seen in Providencia.
Not very easy to say. Anyway, Siberia.
But there is no confirmation that she ever reached home. Sometimes our trek through life seems long and hard, but we do not walk alone, for Jesus promised, "I will never leave you nor forsake you."
Great. Thank you so much. And now you're free, but don't go to sleep. Okay, Lillian Alling's Long Journey. Okay, with that, we begin in the spring of 1927. Let's take a look at that. In the spring of 1927, Lillian Alling, how old was she? She was 25 years old, an immigrant living in New York City. So she is Emin. That means that she went from Russia to live in the United States, in New York City, became homesick. Have you ever become homesick? Homesick means 想家，想得太厉害。Okay? Now, going on. After 2 unhappy years, the peasant girl decided to return to her family in Russia. Now, she is a peasant girl. Peasant girl, she's probably pretty poor, and she probably doesn't have much education. So she decided to return to her family in Russia, Sulian. Okay? So now that's what she wanted to do. Let's go on now. But Lillian couldn't afford a boat ticket across the Atlantic Ocean. Now, Atlantic Ocean is 大西洋, Atlantic Ocean. And she just couldn't afford it. 买不起这个票. Okay? Now, she chose to walk. Can you imagine? You're going to walk. Okay? Now, she's going to walk west to Russia. Okay? She would need to tread. What is tread? Tread means to walk. How long is she going to walk? She is going to walk for 12,000 miles. 12,000 miles. 12000英里，不是公里。Okay? Lillian refused rides. Going on. She refused. 拒绝。便车。Okay? She refused rides from strangers. 陌生人。Of course, if you're walking across the country, United States, Canada, Alaska, and eventually going all the way to Russia, everybody is a stranger. So she would not go take a ride with any. 1927, the roads weren't very good anyway. They had roads, but not big super highways that we had. She took maps she'd drawn from library books. So what did she do? She went to the library, 图书馆, and she saw the map, and she drew her own map. What else did she take? She had an iron rod, 铁棍子. Why did she have an iron rod? For protection. Why would you want an iron rod? Well, you imagine that she'd hit somebody if they were doing something bad to her. 铁棍子. That's how she protected herself. And how much money did she have? Not very much. She had a few dollars. Going on. She traveled on foot. What does it mean to travel on foot? That means that she is walking. That's all. Travel on foot means to walk. Okay? And she was averaging, well, you do the math. She was averaging more than 30 miles a day. So you say 30 miles a day? That sounds doable. You know how much that is? That's probably more like 45, 46, 47 miles a day. Maybe as high as 50 miles a day. Not miles. Did I say miles? I meant 50 gongli, kilometers a day. 30 miles, 45, 46 kilometers. Did we get that right now? Okay. So here this is 30 miles a day. She walked through Chicago, 芝加哥, big city, and on into Canada. And then she walked into Canada. Okay, going on. In the Northwest,西北, Northwest, in those times, 那个时代, in those times, 那个时代, there were no good roads. Well, I just said the roads were not very good, especially in the Northwest. And she faced some of the world's toughest terrain. 而且 faced, you know what face is? 面孔, But if you face something, if you use it as a verb, it means to 面对, 面对, 还是用面对. So she faced 面对 some of the words 全世界最 terrain 是地形, 难走的难应付的地形. So what was it? Up and down. It was you had rivers and what? Rocks. You had to go walking over rocks. Now, so the 地形, the terrain was not very good. Still, she bravely continued across Canada. Bravely, 勇敢的横过穿越过加拿大. When she came to a river, what do? You swim across. Well, what happens if you can't swim? You got a problem. But a log, 大木头, they swim pretty well. At least they float, right? So she floated across the rivers, 漂流过那个河. What? Clinging to a log. What does it mean to cling? To cling means to grab onto the log. So she was clinging to a log. Because you know what the bad news about that is? That when you cross a river, then you get all wet. So then you have to get dry again, right? Clinging to a log. Going on. She slept in the open. She slept in the open. What does this mean? 她在露天之下睡觉. Well, of course, there's no houses, no place no hotels, No hotels, no motels, no hostels. I mean, this is wild country. It's very, very wild. She endured untold, endured, 经历过. To endure is 经历过, untold hardships. Untold means very difficult hardships. Untold means 说不出来的一些困难. Hardships, 困难. And she survived on a diet of bread. She survived So this means that what kept her alive? She would eat her diet. 她的饮食 her diet of bread, 面包. Wonder where she got 面包. So wherever she saw a house, I imagine she said, could I buy some bread from you? And wild berries. You know what a wild berry is? A blackberry, heimei, or a blueberry, lanmei, or a strawberry, caomei. Okay, yemei, wild berries. Doesn't say what kind of. Oh, in the Northwest we have huckleberries. Huckleberries is like lanmei, okay, like blueberries. But she finally arrived, 终于 finally, 终于到达 the Pacific coast, 太平洋海岸. So finally she arrived at the Pacific coast. Now, here's the interesting thing going on. The local people, 当地的就是在加拿大的这个海边的那些人 concerned about her, concerned, 蛮关心的 okay, 关心 her ragged condition. Okay, ragged. This is an interesting word. It means that she did not look good. She probably didn't look healthy. Her clothes were 破烂, okay, ragged, 破烂, okay. 所以 they 蛮关心她破烂的情况，我不健康的情况 and lack of provisions. What is provisions? Provisions means, in this case, usually it means food. She just didn't have any food. Okay? So when they saw that and saw that she didn't have food and anything, they arrested her. You know what that means? 逮捕, okay? 逮捕她 for vagrancy. I bet you never knew that word existed. Vagrancy. Vagrancy is 流浪. And sometimes if you 流浪, okay, that means that you're just wandering around and so on. When that happens, sometimes you get in trouble. In this case, Lillian Alling got in trouble. They put her in jail, 放在监牢. Okay? And so, but actually that was good news. You know how long she was there? Let's look at the next one. Her 3-month sentence, 他们是定她3个月的判刑, okay, 3个月, helped her to regain strength. Of course. Why? Because in the jail, what? At least you have a roof over your head, 有屋顶. What else do you have in jail? You have food, okay? You have a bed to sleep on. It may not be a very nice bed, but at least she had a place to sleep. And 她慢慢恢复她的力量. Okay? And when spring arrived, 春季来的时候, Lillian resumed her journey. 他们就被解放, and then she resumed. 又开始她的旅行, 她的长征啊, the long journey. Going on, she crossed Alaska, 穿越这个横过阿拉斯加. Okay, the telephone operators kept track of her. What's telegraph? Telegraph is 电报. Okay, 电报站的员工啊, okay, kept track of her. Now, what does it mean to keep track of someone? it simply means that you 不单只是关心呢，注意他。So they would say, Lillian came here, and they would tell the next one, she is going such and such a direction. Okay, they gave her, but her progress, 她的进行 okay, 的程度. They gave her a few clothes, so they actually gave her clothes. And she even came up with a dog. Okay, now that's pretty impressive. Going on. She arrived in Nome, Alaska. Okay, Alaska. Okay, Nome. As I recall, Nome, Alaska is 最北边的. Okay, it's way up in the north. In July of 1929. So when did she start? She started in spring of 1927. So she's already been walking for 2 years. Okay, more than 2 years. But this was only halfway mark for her journey. 这个她的路途只不过是一半呢. She still had a long way to go to Russia. Going on. Lillian rowed a boat across the 36 miles of the Bering Strait to Siberia. Okay. Row, a boat, 划船. Okay, we got that one. That shouldn't be too hard. Across 36 miles, 36英里的 Bering Strait. 白令海峡. Okay, Bering Strait. 白令海峡 to Siberia. I got to look at this, make sure I got Siberia, Siberia. Now, we usually think of Siberia as part of Russia, but it's 最东边的. To go to Russia, she had a long, thousands of miles yet to go. Thousands of miles to go. Going on. In the fall of 1930, the 秋季, she was seen in Wu, whatever that is, Providentia, Siberia. But there is no confirmation that she ever reached home. So, 1930, people saw her. 但还没有这个确实的消息，她到达她的家. Okay, so this is the problem. Nobody knew whether she made it. By the fall of 1930, she's already been walking how many years? 3 years. She has been walking 3 years with nobody's help, with no money, basically no money, and no way of making money either. And most of the time she slept outside. Very, very, very difficult. And yet she walked all this way. I mean, this is an amazing trip. Simply amazing. Okay, so now we come down to the last one here. Now I'm going to ask Mrs. Ash to come here because I want her to read something. First of all, thank you for joining me. You didn't go to sleep?
No.
Is it a good story?
Yes.
Have you ever heard this story before?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. But I think it's a neat story. And this is a real story, too. This is cool. Okay. Sometimes our trek through life. Okay. 我们人生路途中. In this case, trek means to walk or trip or journey through life. 我们人生路途中 seems long and hard. Okay? Now, nowadays, is your life long and hard? I mean, it's long because I'm the Lao Xiaozhang, so I guess your hair is white and my beard is white. But has it been hard? Let me ask you a question. Do you think your life is as hard as Lillian Alling's?
No.
No.
I've always had food on the table, always had a place to sleep. You've taken good care of me.
Oh, thank you. That makes me feel good. I've taken good care of you.
Yes,
But there was nobody to take good care of her.
that's true.
She was, for 3 years, she was walking all this distance. Now, it helps me think of a Bible text. Jesus actually said it.
Mhm.
这个基督教的耶稣说了一句话, and I want you to read it. Maybe you can read it here for us. Jesus made a promise. If you trust him, he made a promise, and here's the promise.
I will never leave you nor forsake you.
Okay, 我总不撇下你，也不丢弃你。Okay, I will never leave you, 撇下你, nor forsake you, 丢弃你.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is from the Bible. And sometimes you and I need some assurance. We live in a very insecure world.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Every day, you do not know what's going to happen.
Mhm.
But for sure, Jesus is in control.
Yes.
Okay? And we can trust him. I would like to share with our viewers how you can write to us. Here is our address. Our email address is theoldprinciple@gmail.com. And you can find the email address at our website. 我们的网站是 www.theoldprinciple.org. I hope that you will join us next time for another interesting story. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.